Yeah, it's got a 6-speed manual and it's a V8 sedan. What else do you want, you know? Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have some of the best friends that anyone could ever ask for. You're joining me today not on my motorcycle because it's cold out, but also because my friend lent me their baby. 1998, 99, somewhere around there, BMW 540i. It's got a 6-speed manual and it's a V8 sedan. What else do you want? I decided to continue my Vermont Foliage tour in a beautiful car instead of a beautiful bike this time. But don't worry, next time we'll be joined back on the Magna and we will be viewing Bellows Falls, Vermont. Look at this interior. Look at this. This is amazing. I can drive this car asleep. I love these cars. I cannot get enough of them. I've had 3 opportunities to buy one of these and I still haven't bought one yet. I'm considering buying this one. I do like it. It's a little bit old for my taste, but I do like it. I had a daily driver recently that was a 2013 Subaru WRX hatchback. It was the worst car I've ever owned. I put 2,200 miles on it from the moment that I owned it, and I had enough. That was it. I said, nope, no more. Car sucked. It did what it was supposed to do. It worked as it was designed to work. I just don't like it. So I sold it, and that left me out of a car. Because that left me out of a car, I said, well, how am I supposed to get anywhere? And I was thinking, I might as well go online and ask, you know, who can lend me a car for a little bit. My friend who owns this car, he's been on the channel a couple times, his name's Isaiah. I texted him and I was like, hey man, would you mind if I you know, temporarily trade my baby for your baby? We're both guitarists, so I offered up my Parker PM20 Pro. Can I borrow the E39 for the rest of the week? His reply was not only, sure, it was, I don't need collateral from you. Come and grab it, it's all yours, treat it like it's yours. What a wonderful man. Isaiah, if you're watching this, thank you so much. It hasn't gone unappreciated. This is one of the best presents you could have given me. Thank you for the birthday present. Right now I'm gonna go wash it for you because it's the right thing to do. Filled up your gas tank. Well, it's a V8. It was filled up, like, earlier today. I started out this channel with my old Saab 9.5. It was a 2003 Saab 9.5. I loved it. It was my daily driver for 5 years. It got me to and from college several times at plus 100 mile/hour speeds. On the highway, of course. Sadly, it rusted out. I couldn't hold on to that anymore because I had to have a car that was inspectable. And I sold it, and then I went out and bought the Subaru. The Subaru, I'm gonna make an entire video about the Subaru because it sucked that bad. This car cruises. And it's got good brakes, despite it being about 4,000 pounds. It's comfy. There's no way to cut it. It's comfy. This is a great, comfy, like, highway cruiser. This is a road trip car for sure. It's even more comfortable than my old 9.5. And they're actually built in the same build standard for the same target market, you know? Generally speaking. Of course, the big difference is that this one is rear-wheel drive and naturally aspirated, but around the same horsepower. And my Saab was front-wheel drive and turbocharged, and it had a little bit better gas mileage and a little bit more low-end torque. The Saab was faster. I can't really lie about that. The Saab was faster. If you want to go faster, you buy the Saab. If you want to go sideways, or you want a little bit more luxury in the interior, you buy the E39. This is also a little bit more handsome than the Saab was. Yeah, I love that sound. And it's got 6 gears, so, you know, if you're used to 5 speeds, you're just shifting forever. Like, there's 5th. And we're in 6th gear doing 40, but look, it still pulls. It's crazy. The amount of low-end torque this thing has is very linear. My Saab was like a slingshot, like it pulled forward and then you went. This thing is like a volume knob. Like, you just press it, you turn it, and you go. As the volume knob goes up, so does the torque. This is what the E39 540i looks like outside. It's awesome. It doesn't have a staggered setup like most BMWs do. It's like a sea breeze blue metallic. It's a beautiful color. One reason I love this is because when you unlock it, all of these lights come on the inside and it makes it look really beautiful. Look at this. Look at this interior. Immaculate. Beautiful. My friend did mention that at some point he might want to sell this, so if you're in the market for a very clean E39, this is a good one. Alright, number 2. Check this out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So cool. This is the easiest stick shift car I've ever driven. It has so much power that it's almost impossible to stall it in first gear. Also, it's warm in here. So if you live in an area like I do, where it's Vermont and it's cold 9 out of 10 months of the year, you got heated seats, you got automatic climate control, dual-sided, the steering wheel is heated. A heated steering wheel! It's something that seems so like, why would you even do that? Until you finally have a car that has it, and then you're like, ah, that's why. As you can see, this has a gearbox from the Fast and the Furious, because you can just keep shifting forever. It's funny because the last car I drove before this was my WRX, which had white line sway bars, a 5-speed, low profile tires, was turbo, a 4-cylinder, was a hatchback, was a wide body, and it took corners like it was a knife. Very good at corners. That's probably the only nice thing about that car. I got in this thing, and I went to go turn, and it was like, where's the corner? When is it gonna turn? This car and my Saab are spiritually related. They have some of the same quirks, like, you got the light messages, which they work fine. It's just, you know, old European luxury cars. They just think that they know better than you. It has that, like, grandpa leather inside with the, like, nice glossed wood. It's real wood. It's veneer, technically. It's not the fastest in the world, but it gets going. Tell me it's not a quiet car. We're doing 65. You can barely hear the engine. You can barely hear the road. You can barely hear the wind. I had my mother in here the other day, just to give her a small joyride because she wanted to see what it was like in here. She fell asleep, people. My mother fell asleep in a car that she's never been in before because it was so comfy for her. After living with this for a week, I have to say a few things. It doesn't really excel perfectly at any one thing. But like I said in my original review of this car, this is exactly what you expect a BMW to be like. It's got power, it feels heavy, but safe. It excels, it doesn't speed, it just accelerates. And not in a jerky fashion. It's not like the Saab where it just is raw and go gung-ho, you know, it accelerates. This car is akin to your favorite aunt or uncle. If you have a favorite aunt or uncle that's kind of older, retired, has a fun attitude, but really just wants to take care of you, you know, a Capricorn, this car is a Capricorn. Doesn't excel at any one thing other than doing its job. And it does its job well. But there's something inside of me that wants something more. Maybe it's more drama, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm just a juvenile and I just think that way and it's stupid, but I mean, my WRX seemed dog shit slow to me. But keep in mind, this is coming from a guy who owned the fastest 9.5 in Vermont for a period of time, some years. Maybe I really just am a Saab guy. I don't know. Below, I want you to leave a comment for me and recommend a car for me. I'm looking for things that aren't super new and aren't expensive. You know, just because you can spend money on something doesn't mean you should or have to. And I learned my lesson from the WRX. Although I didn't go in over my head, I realized that just because it's more expensive and newer doesn't mean it's a better car. And I will never buy a Subaru again. Those things suck. I'm either looking for a beater, which, you know me, I'll probably buy a Honda if it's a beater, under $1,000. If I'm looking for something nicer, this is a nicer car. I wouldn't mind this car, but it does leave something for me to desire. It's a great car. It sounds so awesome though. You know, I think I know what it is. I know what this car is missing. Forced induction. It's not so much about the power, it's about the delivery of the power. I kind of like that punchiness, you know? Forced induction is great. I don't care if it's supercharged or turbocharged, I just like a little bit of that extra oomph. It makes you happy. You see how bright the interior is? That's how bright it makes your mood, driving this, or even being inside it. In my last video, you obviously saw that this is Springfield, Vermont. If you haven't seen that video yet, click up here. It's a really awesome video. It's about the history of this area. I'm on my motorcycle, which is a Honda Magna, and I'm showing you the scenery as well as some of the cool historical sites here. Well, that was it, everyone. Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe if you'd like more content. It's a short one, but I just wanted to show you guys something really cool that I had to live with for the week. I'll probably give more comments in a voiceover if I feel like it, or maybe I'll speak more on it when I'm on my bike. I have to go film some more, but you do need a video for Mondays, so here it is. Enjoy. I love all of you. Thank you for watching. Stay marvelous.